What's going on, YouTube? So what are we going to talk about today? This is something I have been asked to talk about, and it's how I landed my first paying client. I'm gonna kind of bundle this into probably the top 3 things I did to land my first client. Probably not the best advice to give, but it worked for me, and what led me to one paying client to the next, to the next, to the next, to where I'm at today, where I'm consistently getting work. It's a hard journey to do. Don't get discouraged. There's gonna be some clients you like, some clients that you don't like, and there's gonna be some clients that, might hurt your feelings with some of the things that they say. So this is kind of a hard thing for me to kind of put into words and sum up in just 3 points, but I'm probably gonna make more videos down the road of like other top 3 things I think that you should do to land your first paying client. Number 1, this is the number 1 thing I did that some might not really agree with, but I believe that it's kind of a hard truth to the matter: doing work for free. I have done so much work for free for clients just to get like a resume under my belt. It's tough. You're giving your time, you're giving your effort, you're giving your skills up, for free, but you have to start somewhere. You just cannot expect to be paid $1,000 for one video right out the gate when you haven't got anything to show people. So my number 1 advice is absolutely taking on clients for free in the beginning. But then after that, it has to lead to some work. One of my number 1 rules is always one job should lead to another, whether it's another job with them or another job with somebody they know. Don't commit to one niche or niche so early when you're starting out as a videographer. You need to dabble in a bunch of different things to see what you like, what you're good at, and what in your market or in your area is lacking in terms of content being created. For me, how it all started was in the bodybuilding community. In my town that I live in, there wasn't that many bodybuilder videographers readily available because I was doing some bodybuilding and I knew some bodybuilders who needed content and clients. That's how I got in doing content and kind of found my niche. But I was doing a bunch of things: coffee shops, tattoo shops, hair salons, whatever, to kind of see what I liked to shoot and what market was coming back for more content from me. So find your niche. Yes, eventually you will need to find and nail down a niche that you are going to basically be a videographer expert in shooting that type of content, but say yes to a lot of clients from different backgrounds. That way you can figure out what is working for you and what is bringing back repeating clients. So that's like, maybe, sure, why not? Maybe that's number 2 advice, is say yes to a bunch of clients from different backgrounds. This last bit of advice doesn't really have anything to do with your business, but it's more about consistency. And when you're first starting out as a videographer, you want to buy all this gear, see all this crap. My last bit of advice, it's not really about your business model per se, but more about your shooting to lead you to your first paying client and reoccurring clients, is not to overload on gear, but the thing I want you to focus on is use one lens when you're first starting out. Like this 24-70 G Master lens that I use, it gives you all the range from wide, medium, and tights, but this helps you stay consistent with your content and your look. It allows you to hone in on that one lens and master that lens, and on shooting and moving and getting dynamic shots and getting a consistent look versus switching lenses consistently and you don't really know what you're shooting. And this is for beginning videographers. This is for if you're already a well-versed shooter, don't listen to me with this, but I stuck with one lens because I had all these lenses and I was trying to do a bunch of things at once, and I realized that I really just need just one. Now this is like a different type of advice compared to the other 2, but I do think that if you dumb down your kit to one lens, I think you're going to be overall happy and not as overwhelmed. So like I said, I'm trying to think of the best advice to give people when it comes to starting out your business to try to get that first paying client. It might be good advice, it might not be, but that is what I did, and that's what has led me to where I'm at. Maybe. I don't know. Thanks.